according to our policy, because we have multiple nominations, we do a vote. And the town manager shall count and record the number of votes for everybody and go from there.
All three there?
I don't know, there's some over there. Everybody's handed theirs in? Yep,
Everybody in?
I believe so. It's good to see that we got some coming in, so that was great.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll read them all out. First one was Corey Berger, Brian Gilroy. You wanna kinda keep a...
I got it here.
She's got it there, okay.
Second is Corey Berger, Brian Gilroy. Third one is Barry Shikari, Brian Gilroy. Fourth one is Barry Shikari, Corey Berger. The next one is Brian Gilroy only. Next one is Barry Shikari, Corey Berger. And the last one is Barry Shikari, Corey Berger.
So we got a tie between Barry and Brian.
Well, we've got one for 2021 and one for 2022.
Well,
Or
yeah, but
for
Corey
2020.
got the most. Like, so Corey got 5 votes, and then Brian and Barry each got 4.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, so Corey, we have a 1 and, okay.
Could we not give 2 out this year?
Can we what?
No, we're giving out 2 this year.
No, I know, but could we not
Give out 3.
give out 3? What would it hurt? What are they getting?
They get their name on the monument in front of the museum.
So why could we not do that?
We used to do 4.
Yeah, we could. Any of you? What's that?
We have to make a motion.
Yeah, well, it would be, yes, we should make a motion that we do that.
I'll make the motion that we.
Well, no, we'll let you put it
you
ahead.
got it already?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
So, I'd like to make a motion that council appoint Corey Berger for the 2020 Outstanding Citizen and direct administration to present an award, and that council appoint Brian Gilroy and Barry Shikawi as the 2021 Outstanding Citizen and direct administration to present the award.
Okay.
According to our policy,
Yep.
in the case of a tie, the names of the tied nominees shall be placed in a container. The town manager will draw a name, and that person shall be declared as the nominee.
Okay, so that's another way to handle it. So we have a motion on the floor to give out 3, and it would be different than what our policy is.
Follow your policy.
We should follow policy. We go and we make them.
You should follow.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. Do you want to withdraw it?
I would like to withdraw that council appoint Gilroy and Shikawi.
Well, no, if we have a tie, you have to follow the policy to pull who gets the award.
So I want to withdraw my motion.
Okay. Does anybody have an objection to going with what our policy says? No. Okay, so we'll get Brian to put the 2 names in a hat.
Pieces of paper the same size.
Just rip the one that.
There we
one
go,
side
yeah.
there.
What can we put
Why
them
can't we just flip a coin?
in? Yeah. That'd be
We have
too.
the baskets.
There's
right
a
here.
basket. Yeah, yeah,
I'll bring it to you.
yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Make a reach around her computer.
There you go, yeah.
Drum roll, please.
So Corey is
Yeah, 2020.
2020.
And this will be for 2021. And the winner is Mr. Gilroy. Okay, now we haven't got a. You were starting with the motion. Okay, so finish her off.
The council appoint Corey Berger as the 2021 Outstanding Citizen and direct administration to present the award, and that council appoint Brian Gilroy as the 2021 Outstanding Citizen and direct administration to present the award.
You said both for 2021, didn't you? Or no, okay, I misheard then. So 2020 was Corey, and then 2021 is Brian. Okay, all in favor? Sorry, I didn't think there'd be any questions.
Well, if somebody declines the honor, I would like for us to recognize Barry Shirkawi for, if one of them was to say no thank you, and it's happened.
Okay,
I really believe that.
well, it's the only other one we had.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's well deserved. I mean, Jesus, we pulled the names out of a hat here, essentially, is what it amounted to. Would you be open to that friendly amendment, Judy?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor? Carried. We did not identify 13, the CAO's report, so that's been passed. We're moving on.
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, that one's automatic?
Yeah, all the
Oh,
reports
okay.
are automatic.
Okay, let's CAO's report. I'm not sure if I like this system of going through them. I don't know if it saved us any time. I think, I know. Yeah, I don't know if I like it either. It was something we tried.
Back next time.
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
I think it was.
It doesn't-
policy. We can change the policy.
it wasn't even a policy.
Was it?
Yeah,
It worked good when it worked, but it was just a full night for me. There was
Yeah.
so much going on.
yeah. Okay, let's moving on to our CAO's report. Can I get a motion? Councillor Martins?
I move the council receive the interim CAO Brian Martinson's report and action list for information.
Okay, and we'll turn it over to Brian for any highlights you'd like to bring out or anything new.
Just to update council that we're still waiting back on some information from regarding the Gordon Buchanan roof. So I'm still waiting back on that range to give us some more information on whether the heat tape system will work along the edge of the roof to get rid of the buildup of ice. So other than that, it's been a pretty busy couple of weeks, but all going well. So
How's your retirement?
Okay, any questions or comments for CAO? Councillor Martins, then Councillor Stenhouse.
How was the, what came out of the MMSA 29th meeting? Because I was just curious how that went. Was it an all-day thing? Was it a 2-hour thing? Was it a webinar?
It was all day,
Okay.
and it was actually good to see some of the regular faces that I've been knowing for a number of years.
Were they shocked to see you?
They were. And there are some new faces also, like Sandra Fox from Fairview County is retiring, so there is some changes going on there. And what did I ask or tell you about MMSA? The manager's reports were excellent. The town of Rainbow Lake If everything goes well for them, they'll be booming here. If you wanna invest, that's where to go.
Buy stock now.
Yeah, so.
What came out of the meeting
I
though?
think,
What was
I
the
think it was
purpose?
for, what were they covering?
And asset management plan?
Yeah, asset management. So they're looking at grants and that to cover each municipality who's a member there, and MMSA would be the lead on that, and possibly hire somebody, and with grant funding would not impact the municipalities. They also said that they were in the process of signing a couple of more municipalities, so our rates would be dropping some more too. Everybody's rates would be dropping, so that's good news.
Did you attend also, Rita?
Any other questions?
One thing I was looking for was they were gonna talk about that NG 911, did it come up at all? The next generation, no? Okay.
Councillor Stenhouse?
So my question is, you received a call from the local radio station? Who's our local radio station, and has that been taken care of?
I don't know, I sicked them on to Mayor Panasic, so I don't know if they contacted him or not.
But
Yeah.
who is the local radio station?
That was the radio station out of Peace
Peace
River.
CKYL.
Okay, and my next question is, number 112-22, moved by Councillor Martins, that Council direct administration to look into the GFL contract and seek a refund. Have we had an update on that for the glass recycling? It's been hauled to the landfill? Have you reached out, have you
No, I haven't.
followed up on that? And the next one down, 142-22, moved by Councillor Dunn. Do we have any more information or an update on the riverbank for public works? The shifting and funding required?
On the riverbank?
Yes. Do we have an update on that?
Where were we at with that, Rita? That's the one by the shop, Public Works shop?
The last communication that we received from the disaster relief program was that the program funds only mitigation, remediation. It will not fund any new infrastructure or improvements. And so the goal of the negotiations that the previous CAO had discussed with you do not seem like they're going to be received or supported by the disaster relief program. So it's basically, well, you
it's
can
not
do
yet,
some
but it's
mitigation.
something about-
You can do some mitigation like putting bales, but spending 1.2 million with unknown outcomes for a building that's worth less than that. Well, I should say that. It's not worth less, but the land is worth less than that. Would not be the direction that this administration is recommending.
And also, when we were discussing that, I suggested that we reach out to the watershed to see if they could help out with that, with the washing away of the banks. Have we contacted or been in contact with the watershed?
I'm not really privy to or understand what the watershed mandate is. Like it's my understanding that they're there more to conserve the water. Is that correct?
Yes, but they do planting of trees to mitigate erosion and stuff like that.
I don't know that that's actually going to solve your problem here. I don't think trees is
Not in that location. The banks are straight up and down, and when you're at the bottom of the river, you're in the river, so. you're in water now, so.
Okay, any other questions?
No, that's all.
Councillor Wakel?
It was my understanding from Rod when he was here that the province thought that it was a great idea that instead of spending money to mitigate a problem that's just going to repeat, to just move, go towards, put the money that they would put towards mediation towards a new building. We weren't going to get the whole building funded, we realized that, but he seemed confident that that was what they would be okay with.
I can share the email that that Rod received in response to that proposal. When you read it at first, it sounds positive. The first paragraph reads, that's a really good idea, and we support it. But then the second and third paragraph states that we only fund for mitigation, and therefore, it's a good idea, but it's not going to be funded by our department.
Councillor Dunn?
He did send us email with that context as well before he left. Yeah, I remember reading that.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Councillor Martins again? Yeah.
Someone else before I go second. We left off, and we don't have an AHS plan moving forward. I was waiting for a committee of the whole meeting. We didn't do that in April, so I know this is not a committee of the whole discussion, but when are we going to do that? And we had said first Saturday or whatever it was. We missed this month because it was busy, and we've not ever put together a plan for AHS. I mean, right now, if we're not proactive, this is our time, right? The next thing, it's going to come up again, especially with the clinic closing. So are we working toward a plan there?
No, we haven't had the meeting of the whole, so that is something that we need to schedule in, for sure. I don't know if this is the right time to do it, but
Talking about the motion here?
yeah, we wanted to come up with a plan, but we were going to do some of that at a meeting of the whole, and we were, like I said, we did have meeting of the whole planned, and then when we did, I forget what we did at first, and then we did the tour of the facilities, and then we never got any more done because that was over a day with that. So, but we do need to schedule it in, and maybe we can do that once we get to the reports. Okay. My question was, you held an MPC meeting on May 3rd about the scrap metaling recycle business. What was the result of that meeting?
It was a go.
No. The committee, MPC
Approved it?
Yes.
Okay, I was just curious on that. And have you heard anything more from Tim's? I know there's stuff there. Have they been into the town?
They haven't been in to bring coffee into us, but
Well, we had committed to them that we would put in a culvert. That's why I'm wondering
that
if
hasn't
we
been
should.
done yet.
Oh, okay. We should probably reach out, Joan, because we did commit to putting a culvert in for them, and we should follow through on that.
I think Mike Denty's been in contact with them now.
Okay, so he's been, so they'll be, if they're really worried, they'll get in touch with Mike.
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else? Seeing none, we have a motion to receive for information. All in favor? It's carried. Moving on to, we skipped 14.1, 14.2, 14.3. But I know I wanted to talk about 14.4.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, we're not going to do that immigration thing because that's 14.3. We said we were gonna look at it later, so it's
If the High Prairie is a rural renewable community, that's 14.4 on the agenda. that's what I was going for. I was following that. And I mean and we don't have any requests for a decision on this one, but I think that we need to support this. And, I mean, they had asked for a letter, they had asked for maybe somebody to sit as a representative and to look for an economic development plan from 2011. Councillor Waco.
I can put forward my name to sit on the committee. Typically, the meetings are in that building that I work at anyways.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll make a motion then that the town of High Prairie supports the application to be a rural, what's their term? To be a rural community. Yeah, to participate in the rural renewal.
Green tea.
Yeah.
Now say it again faster.
Yeah, and we do that with a letter and a representative to sit on and Councillor Wakel to sit on the committee and to look for the economic development plan from
Our latest version.
the latest version of the economic development plan. All right, any questions or comments on that? No? All in favor? Carried. All right. So moving on then to 14.6. Motion on this one? Well, we talked about it, but we weren't sure if anybody was able or wanting to attend, so.
I think what we did, Mr. Mayor, if I may be so bold, was that we said that we would follow policy and send up to 2 councillors if they so desired, and
then we were going to visit if somebody could do it, because there was lots that said they couldn't.
yeah, well,
Yeah. So I think that's where we're at. Is there anybody that can and is willing to attend? Okay, that makes it easy then.
I was gonna say I can and I'm willing, but is the cost $3,000? God, I mean, how can we justify that?
Or I don't know what they are normally.
Well, that's fairly normal.
Barry, yeah.
Yeah.
When Barry made his presentation earlier, though, he did make a good point. He went, I don't know, was it Halifax City? But he did come back with that grant promise from the government. So I know where we question sometimes these conferences, but it is the opportunity to speak directly to these people, and you know, when you're face to face in the hallway talking, you get more done there than you do on these Zoom calls. So, what's that? I doubt it. This is FCM. So, but if the federal health minister is there.
The other people that will be there, and I know in the past when we go back, that was how the town did get some of the money for the capital infrastructure. That was, I think, the basis of those informal discussions that resulted in that the grant. So there are things that can happen there, because I know I was involved with those ones. But so you're willing to go, okay? So I'll make the motion there that. I'll make the motion that council approve Councillor Martins to attend the 2022 Feder FCM conference in Regina, Saskatchewan from June 2nd to June 5th, and direct administration to book hotel rooms and flights as needed. All in favor? Carried. Moving on to 14.7, Northern Regional Municipal Leaders Caucus. Anybody want to make a motion on this one? Oh, we don't have a request for decision.
Say
Oh, we
that
do. Yep,
council-
sorry.
Council allow all available members of town council to attend the Northern Regional Municipal Leaders Caucus in High Prairie, which will be held on Wednesday, June 15th, 2022.
And it is not a council night.
Okay. Any discussion on that? No. All,
Are you gonna be available to?
yes, yeah. I'll be available. All in favor? Carried. And it's great that they picked High Prairie. Now, we did not highlight 14.8, so that one was, yeah, the government call to action. We did not do that one, oh. Huh?
Skip over it.
Yeah, so the recommendation on that was to send a letter of support. So I guess that would be,
That's what we're doing.
that's what we'd be doing, because we didn't deal with it. And going to 14.9. As 14.9, Councillor Yashishin. Oh, I thought you had your hand up.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, oh, do you want to make the motion?
I tried.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I thought you had your hand up.
No, no.
But then by your reaction, I could tell you didn't.
The council appoints Rise McIntosh, Brandon McNabb, Riley Prevost, and Ameritrust to the municipal weed inspectors for 2022. To be municipal weed inspector. I guess I need my glasses again.
Yeah, no, that's good. And we've done this for a couple of years where we worked with the county. They do the inspections in our community for weeds. Then they identify it.
Yes,
And,
they do.
and then it's up to the homeowner to deal with it.
Yep, they put a
But-
notice on my door.
Councillor Stenhouse.
So, the cost and source of funding is blank. Do we know how much this costs us?
Do you remember? I don't remember.
Big
Remember
Lakes
they-
County does not charge for this service.
They don't charge for that?
It's free.
Okay, because
Yeah.
It's a cooperative effort. Very good.
the other thing that we're, as a town, I think we gotta watch is, we had lots of weeds on our property and we need to spray those when they come up, so.
These
Hopefully they're
are-
inspecting our properties too.
It's not just dandelions that they don't inspect for dandelions, they go
No.
for the noxious weeds.
Yeah, the thistles and
Yeah,
other
the
things.
lines aren't going on.
No, you could declare them a noxious weed, but then we would have an issue.
Everybody be.
Anybody, any other comments on this one? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. And moving on then, we are up to our written and verbal reports. Start with Councillor Danaka.
No report.
All right, going on then. Councillor Dunn.
Attended Community Education Council, talked with Northern Lakes Education Council, and they just updated on some of their programming and some of the expenditures and that kind of stuff, not a whole lot. Had a meeting with the CRC, emergency meeting, just so that you're all aware. Ms. Davies, who did an awesome report tonight, will no longer be with us after Wednesday. She's been hired as a CEO for Drift Pile. And so, yeah, we are in the process of looking for a CAO as well. So,
That's a huge loss.
yeah, huge. And, but, and then was a part of our, session screen, or, interviewing candidates. So, and, yeah. I'll see my last things for later.
Okay, you want to move your report?
I will move that my report be accepted as for information.
All right, questions or comments for Councillor Dunn? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Councillor Martins?
I really have no report. I attended the powwow. It was an all-day event. It was fantastic. I was told that it was larger than the last 2019. It was our 6th year hosting it, and the town staff were there. No incidents. There were patrolled officers in place. Yeah, it was a good event. Other than that, I attended the same meeting that you guys have, and that's it. I move the council receive that written report for information. Or if there's any questions.
Yeah.
How about comments?
Comments or questions?
So I've received comments that you did a fantastic job at the powwow and represented us very well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, for asking.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. Any other questions or comments? No? All right, all in favor? It's carried. Over to myself. Couple of announcements. I think I've let everybody know there's the new doctor starting on May 15th or so, right around the corner, and he has found a place to stay, which is good. So he should be forwarding to us shortly his rental needs for that. Let's see what else we've got. I've received a couple of invites to attend the grads at St. Andrews and at Northern Lakes College. So we'll be doing some of that. We have I attended a recreation committee meeting this morning, which basically the key things that came out of there is they approved extending the hours for the family and lane swim on Monday to Thursday by a half an hour, and they approved the use of J.C. Park for the High Prairie Fire Department's fire chase and theirs. So those were the key events that I attended. Some of the other things that we sort of need to talk about is, number one, we have our gun show schedule that we have to, for anybody that's able to attend, we can sign up tonight so that we can start filling it up. That's this weekend. This is
You and Thrice said that you guys were available.
Saturday and Sunday.
Just be there all weekend.
And I guess the other thing we need to do is, and we should pick a date for our committee of the whole meeting. And so, I don't know when. When's a date for that? With calendars and whatnot. Any suggestions? Yeah, for a committee of the whole meeting.
I can do either May 27th or 28th. I don't have my June schedule yet, so I don't know. Saturdays are probably going to be out.
Saturdays are out?
Will probably be out.
Okay. So we get... Okay, so you said May
27th or 28th.
27th or
Well,
28th?
28th is the Saturday.
I definitely cannot do the 28th. I have a funeral that day.
Can you believe that? My phone and my calendar is for some reason waiting for something. I can't get into it. Download Outlook. So, okay, let's let's do that. It's wanting to update my program, I guess. I can't see what's on my schedule. Does 27th or 28th work for people?
28th is Saturday.
Yeah.
What month are we in?
May.
Okay. It's been a long day today.
Wow, it's been a long month for her.
January. Snowing.
Nobody's saying it doesn't work, so.
Well, we do it in the evening.
What's that? May 27th or 28th?
Or the 21st works for me. May 21st.
Oh, there we go. All right. Now I can look at my schedule, which helps.
The 21st, I think that's a long weekend somewhere in there, right?
So-
It is the 23rd.
23rd is, yeah.
Yeah. So the 27th, we're looking at an evening. And the 28th, which is the Saturday, I know before we were looking at that because, but I don't know how people are thinking because I know that does leave James out a little bit, but depending on how long the meeting would be. Yep.
I think I've said this now 3 times, so I'm gonna say it one more time. I cannot do Saturday the 28th.
Yep. Okay. Can you do the 27th?
I can.
All right. Everybody all right with the evening of the 27th?
Keep in mind, it's gonna be a long evening. Cause our Saturday meetings, remember, we went from sun up to sundown.
We used to have them on once a quarter.
Yeah, it's once a quarter. So what do you guys, is that gonna work?
I'm not committing, I'm a maybe.
To what day?
The 27th
27th.
is,
I can do.
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't please everyone all of the time, so do what you have to do.
okay, well, let's pick the 27th. And maybe what we could do is do it, start earlier and bring in some pizza or something. And have,
Place that could deliver.
you know, huh?
No pizza.
No pizza.
We're cutting back costs. Bring your lunch.
Potluck.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, well, it's up to the rest of council. What do you want to do? We can start later and you can eat. We could do a potluck or, you know, we can come in and have food brought in. It's up to you guys. I don't care. We got Judy's opinion. What do the rest of you think?
What time are you looking at starting?
Well, that would depend if we're going to bring food in, I guess, right? Because James is off at 5.
6.
Oh, you're off at 6? Okay,
We might as well eat at home.
yeah. We'll start at 6, eat at home.
Yeah.
Everybody all right with that?
I'll be a couple
Okay.
minutes late.
Okay. All right. So with my report, I'll move it for information, but I'll take questions or comments before. Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Moving on to Councillor Stenhouse.
No report.
All right, Councillor Wakel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I attended the firemen's ball, such as it was. They hope to have the whole thing going again next year with public attending. It's just great to see what they do. One of the things that I mentioned during my remarks at the event was that we have a volunteer fire department, which is we couldn't survive without that because the average salary for a fireman in Canada is $61,000. So that's good value that we get out of our fire department. amazing over there. I also attended the rec board meeting that we had this morning. The only thing I'll add to that is that we're looking at securing a sponsor of some sort for a new score clock, because that clock was old when these two guys played for the Regals about 60 years ago. And yeah, I think that was it. I missed the last library board meeting because we were doing our budget. So that is my report. I will move that for information.
Questions or comments from anyone? No, I will add that I heard you gave a very good remarks also, so thank you for that. All in favor? Carried. And moving on to Councillor Gishishin.
Besides our regular council meetings, no report. I did attend the powwow, which was great to see a lot of people there and spoke to a lot of people, and yeah, it's a good day or good afternoon. No questions. I move my report for information.
Questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. And I don't believe we have any confidential items there, so meeting is adjourned.
You gotta fill out that time sheet.
Yes.
James and
Fill in.
Teresa